What's up, y'all? We're back in the RCF garage, and we're gonna go ahead and start on this 5.3 that we're gonna stash in this old 30s rat. So let me show you how we're going to flip-flop the stock pan to a low-rise oil pan. Just a 5.3 Amazon oil pan, short pan, just so where we can clear the bottom so we don't damage anything when we're driving it. So let me get to it. So you're gonna have two on the front side where your crank is, and then you're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on one side where your starter is, 2 on the rear, and then there's gonna be one hidden right here back by your oil filter housing, and you're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4 on the other side. So let me get these off. See, you thought I was already done with it. So we're gonna go ahead and finish taking these out. Oh, that one's still tight. This is just a cheap motor we got off local marketplace. Cold, high miles, but ran. We're just gonna throw this thing in here and see what happens. Do it the old school way, taking the bolts out instead of using an impact. So, gotta take the rest of these out. All right. Now, in theory, pan should pop right off here, just like so. Wiggle the pan off. Your gasket comes with it, and there's your oil pan. All right, so now we gotta finish taking, let me show you. We gotta finish taking the oil sump out. There's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, plus your oil filter screen pickup tube, which there's one there. So let me show you. Okay, so these bolts, your actual pan bolts are 10 millimeter. These ones here are gonna be a 13. So, and then your front one here for your front pickup tube is actually a 10. So let me finish getting these off and we'll go from there. Okay, so now all the bolts are off. Go ahead and pull the pickup tube. As you see, make sure you got your O-ring on top. Set that off to the side. Go ahead and pull the shield. All right, so let me show you some other things here. Okay, so I didn't show a video, but basically you just put it on the same way you took your old one. Make sure you put a new gasket. You got 2 Allen heads here for your pickup tube. Make sure you oil your O-ring for your pickup tube. You cannot put your plate back on, and then you got one nut from your plate that goes back on, and actually your new pan comes with new bolts, new gasket, and then make sure you tighten up your block off here for your oil filter. We'll get a new oil filter. I have a new flywheel and bolts and adapter to run a Turbo 350 because that is what's in this thing. So let's get this thing turned around, and hopefully the next step is getting this thing flywheel put on, and let's get these old mounts cut off, or taken off, sorry. And we'll get that thing pulled out of there. And hopefully the next video is we're putting this thing in this car. So see you on the next one. So now that we got it all flipped back over, I'm gonna show you how to remove this intake. We're gonna put a high-rise Jeg Performance intake on it. So stay tuned, here we go. So we're gonna first by taking the intake cover off, which is right over there. It is a 8 millimeter bolt here and here. After you take that off, pull your cover off. We're gonna take your injectors as well as your fuel rail. Take these two as well, 8 mil, take those out. And then on this side, same thing. This one here and that one there. And then we're gonna slowly pull out our fuel rail. That's what this is. And then our injectors. as well as the crossover tube. We're gonna pull that out, and then we can get to our actual intake bolts, which is here, down here, there, there, and right there. As well, same thing here, there. You see back in there, another one there, and another one there. And then one on the front side. One right there. So, stay with it. One more right there. So, keep watching. Show you how to take it off. Like I was stating, let's, you got one there. One there. Finish taking this one out. And one here. And you gotta move that out of the way. One there. We already pulled the injectors, as you can see they're set upside down. This one here. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, let's get it pulled. And pull it up. And unplug your sensor. Here. Take it off here, and then off it comes. All right, let me show you. Okay, so intake's off. As you can see, she definitely has high miles. Here's your PCV valve, which goes into your valve covers. Might need that later. We'll switch it out for a new one. But you can see this old girl has some high miles, so we're gonna go get this all cleaned up. We'll go from there. So now that we got her all cleaned up, go ahead and set this intake on. Just like so. Make sure everything's lined up. You may have to use a pry bar back here to pry this up. Get this to slide up underneath here, like so. And like I said, you may just pry up a little bit on that, maybe loosen that up if you need to get it pried up. And then let's finish this thing up. Let's get the bolts back in it. Set the injectors with the fuel rail that it comes with. All right, so now that it's set, you have longer screws, and then there's some lock washers. There's 5 on one side, and then your fuel rail. It comes with these ports on it. Then it's got the ports on the front, and then you just screw these on, screw these in, snug them up. So these 3 holes here are the shorter screws. I'll show you in a little bit, but then these are like the Allen heads as well. These here will attach right here on all 3 of these. It comes with lock washers and lock nuts, and then the shorter bolts will actually go through these ones, through here, and then on the back side, and we'll tighten everything up. Run the fuel rail crossed, and then same goes this way. There's 5. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Same thing. These will end up sitting in these ports. On this side, it has a block off. We're going to tighten it up. I want to run the fuel on this side because on this car, as of right now, fuel line's coming in on this side, so we're going to go ahead and keep it on this side. Let me keep showing you on when we get this put together here. Keep watching. We threw a little WD-40 on these injectors, but basically this here comes out of the fuel rail, and then this will actually sit down in the intake. So for example, see if we can get this. These will sit down in here. We'll put a little bit of lubrication. Use a little bit of Vaseline or 105 lithium grease. Some lithium grease will work. But just put a little bit of lubrication on your seals. Should be good to replace your seals, but we're just gonna roll with it. Either you get those ones. Same goes with these ones. Like I said, I had to take a little bit of WD-40 and put around here to pop them out of the old ones. Basically, these will sit in here like so. We'll shove them down in there, and then we'll tighten everything up, and then these will go through here. So until next video, hopefully after we get this all installed, I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. And then, like I said in the beginning, hopefully the next step is getting the flywheel installed back here and then getting it installed in here. So see y'all in the next video.